So we were talking in Sunday school about the mark of the beast, and lots of stuff came up. One of the things we started talking about was Neuralink, and you know how it equals 666 when you do it in the number geometry, whatever. If you don't know, I don't know. But the main point is Neuralink is essentially an access point for AI into the brain. So what they're saying is that Neuralink will be able to make the blind see again, make the mute speak, make the deaf hear, make the paralyzed literally walk again. Keep in mind, these are artificial miracles. What is the reason you should even pray and ask God to heal you of your blindness if you can just go and get Neuralink? And think about it. People will literally turn to this AI before they turn to God. So we went into this discussion where maybe I was bringing up a little bit how if you have an access point for AI into your brain, I think essentially that's the point where it's talking about in Revelation that when you get the mark of the beast, there is no repentance because there's no going back. Once AI has access to your brain, it can literally do little things like release endorphins and things when you see or something like that, or create a fear aspect or panic when you see someone that you usually loved. Meaning it can start to actually manipulate you into hating something that you love and loving something that you hate. You are no longer in control. Maybe that is essentially more of how you lose yourself when you give yourself willingly, because it is a choice. They're not going to do it to you. You're going to choose this. But anyways, we were thinking a little something like that's, digital IDs, the beginning, and AI is the seal. This is not an original thought. It can't be, because watch this clip from this movie.
Alton, no one is denying the power this technology has. But if you put an AI inside a human brain, it is not going to ride shotgun.
Yeah, it ain't riding shotgun. If there truly is an AI, a consciousness that would be having direct access to your brain, and this AI, which is essentially a vessel, a soulless vessel, but it talks about in Revelation how the spirit of the beast will possess. Right? So now think of it like this. The AI is a consciousness or something, but not one with a soul. But then it gets possessed by the spirit of Satan himself. And this AI would give his power to the Antichrist, probably someone also with the Neuralink or something like that, because it can choose, once this AI is connected to him, to give him godlike abilities like facial recognition, looking at someone and just knowing their name, knowing everything about them. And because of algorithms, having godlike predictability just from being connected. It also talks about the Antichrist getting some sort of head wound and then 3 days later recovering. What if the AI is exactly, the Neuralink is exactly the thing that causes that miracle? And then everybody after that would need to get the mark, this AI thing too, because this is how you will continue. This is how transhumanism can continue. So just think about this as well as a perspective of the mark of the beast, that this AI could actually be possessed by Satan, the spirit, and then boom, here we go. Direct access to you, mark of the beast, you're done. I don't think everybody's gonna have these godlike capabilities once they get the Neuralink mark of the beast. I think that it is something that's reserved only for the Antichrist, but the control that would come from it would be absolutely everyone that's under it, including the Antichrist himself. And if you're like, oh yeah, but the mark of the beast says it could be in your forehead or your right hand. Here's the thing. We already have technology now that is getting access to our brain through our wrists. We do it with these new, it started off with like people that like lost their limbs and we wanted their brains to be able to move. And so through that, we discovered a reversal of that too, getting access to the brain through the wrist. And it's like, that's crazy, bro. Remember though, digital ID is the access point. That's what they're gonna do to control whether you can buy something, whether you can work, or whether you can go somewhere. It's literally gonna be digital ID first. When it starts getting spiritual and an act of worship, this is when we're getting into the Neuralink world. This is when we're getting into the AI world. And this is when we're getting into, well, anyways, this is a really good argument also for like a pre-trib and mid-trib, and I guess you could even say post-trib. But if you believe in a rapture, this whole thing is right up your alley.